Don't blink if you're playing. Welcome to another show. Hope you guys are doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 15 December 2024. We just woke up. We woke up to the best of news. We woke up to the news of 500 followers on YouTube. As you can see, we just woke up, so we have the sunrise. It's way too cold to it. It's way too cold to go outside to film, but it's kind of cold enough for us to open the door. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but still, what doesn't make sense is I just woke up and I have this game ready, but this is just the poker face, mama. I'm so sorry. This is basically just us and a testament to working. So yes, so we reach 500 followers on YouTube. This is not a thank you video. This is actually a very special video. This is I was gonna do a video for the 500 and it was already planned. So I had like 499. Well, let's just celebrate because why not, right? So I'm a creature of a habit, right? I'm gonna tell you that I hate routine, but I love routine, right? I think it's a part of a healthy lifestyle, and I think that it's a part of everything that makes us human. The fact that we are aware or hyper aware of time and a schedule and our own death. If you look at the animals, they don't think about that, right? And when you think about your own death, you think about a schedule, right? A schedule on a daily basis, on a monthly basis. So if you look at my celebrating 100 video, I call one of my best friends, which is Celine. Shout out to Celine, you fucking wonderful soul. And I was like, dude, I'm at 99 followers, right? And you want to be my 100. So it was a really touching moment, and I wanted to do it for 200, but when I saw the 200, I was like, this is not enough. I wanted to do it for the 250 because for some reason I thought the 250 looked better than the 100, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember why I didn't do it. So the 300, we had to do with something with This Is Sparta. The 400 felt amazing, but it was so close to the 500 that it didn't feel like this celebration. When I reached 400, I was grateful, of course, because I'm not an asshole, but I was more so. Oh, Nazrovia. My favorite joke. Is it too early to drink? I'm not gonna get drunk. Also, although I'm gonna make my father really proud and my mom really sad, or is it the other way around? Maybe I'm just too drunk to know. Just woke up. One of my favorite jokes because you're basically calling one of your parents drunk and you're basically referring to the fact that you forgot, which is too downside to drinking, but I'm not a drinker, so. For 400, I was like, this joke is so bad. I know it's very in vendetta, you know. It's very in the identity of not too sure what I'm doing, but somehow I'm doing something, which is better than doing nothing, I guess. And when we reached 400, I was very thankful. But I was like, you know what? We're so close to the 500, and I don't know, the 500 is such a wonderful number because we're halfway through 1,000. Now, why is 1,000 important? Because we're adding 10. So, technically speaking, your first follower is super important. My apologies. Your 10th follower is another zero. You're like, holy shit, I got 2 digit. And then your 100, 3 digit, your 1,000, 4 digit. Thank God I knew. Your 10,000, 5 digit. And then so far, and then you reach a point where you're not too sure how many zero there is, but there's a lot of zeros, so you're somehow satisfied. Then you look at a check. Look at what? You look at the number of zeros, right? You look at the number of zeros. You look at how many commas there is, and when there's a lot of commas, you're happy because comma mean quantity, I guess. So when I reached the 500, I was at 499. So I was like, you know what? I want to get somebody that I care about. I want to get somebody that I love. On the phone to kind of redo the 100. That way, if you're a fan of the channel, you see there's a continuity. But then again, it's a really cool way to celebrate, you know. And a lot of people will say, why are you trying to control the 500 followers? Because for me, it's such a important testament of how much I care about it. See, I'm going to be placing those special number, those very important number. I'm going to be putting somebody right here. And all these stupid lies all these stupid games left a vacancy in this picture frame, a prisoner of my own hand. Now, what you know what you're saying. This is not what you're saying usually, but when you look at the chorus of the song, you realize that. So how do I apologize and put the tear back in your eyes? When every such a good song. People don't respect Porcelain White, and that sucks. But yeah, I wanted to put somebody that I really care about at the 500 to show that this is a this is a a step. This is a milestone. You know, when you realize something, when you call your girlfriend, you call your parents, you call your brother, your sister, your significant other, right? It's a milestone. It's important. So yeah, that look disgusting, but it's ice cream from yesterday. Which is also disgusting that I'm using Eclipse from yesterday, but hey, let's save the planet, let's save a couple of trees by not blowing that nose every single day. And yeah, so I was like, okay, well, who is in my life right now? To be honest, it's a really weird situation. I'm not trying to make this emotional because fuck it. But it is an emotional moment because it's 500. This is hard work. This is 3 years of hard work. This is countless video every day. This is waking up. I'm not trying to be negative because it's a very positive moments, but this is realizing that people that I thought were going to be following this journey till the very end, for some reason, unfollowed or left the journey alone. And you said, okay, well, I thought that you had my back, but you don't, and that's fine. Because I can't expect you to have my back, although I would have hoped that you had my back, right? And then you're like, oof. And then you realize that a lot of the people that you rely on, you couldn't rely on. So you're like, okay, well, within my life, and is meaningful to me, and I'm gonna have to give it to Sunflower Circle. So Sunflower underscore circle on TikTok. Amazing person. I'm not gonna say the real name because there's privacy in there. And it's weird because you would say that, okay, well, how did you guys meet? We met through TikTok. It's been a couple of months, and you would say like, okay, well, you're giving such an important position to somebody that you barely know. Well, we know for each other for a couple of months, and I was gonna call her, but she's fucking sleeping because she lives in New Zealand, so shit like that. There's a time zone issue, and I was like, okay, you know what? We're gonna make that video. So the video was supposed to call her and say, yo, listen, I'm at 499. You've been helpful in so many ways lately, and I want you to have the 500. And Sunflower is extremely important to me because lately I've been having a harder time, and well, in life, I guess, because of the whole social aspect of a social media. It's a person where you can talk about everything and anything. There's a person where you can tell that she's hurting, but you're also hurting, so you kind of relate in there. But it's also, I don't really believe, and we've been friends for 10 years, so you're important to me. I believe that there's friendship, even the most temporary friendship, if they're helping you right now, they're helping you right now, and that's not taking that away from Maddie. I think she's fucking phenomenal, but a lot of the friendship that you're doing, and a lot of the friendship that you're having are what you need right here, right now, and you're like, holy shit, this is what I need right now. And I think there's fate also. There's people that be put in your way because you're supposed to go through shit, right? And for example, you're discovering life, and you're meeting another person that's discovering life, and you somehow discover it together. And you're like, okay, well, this is cool because I'm not all alone, right? But also Maddie is this person where I can be crazy. See, I'm extremely lucky. I want to give that also to XUI for no XICU I for CUX, because it's also one of those people. There's a lot of people in my life right now that I can be crazy with, and it feels phenomenal because I'm being myself. And there's a lot of people that I kind of go far with because I make jokes that are not necessarily appropriate, not in a sexual way, but more so like this is a fucked up joke. But you know I'm joking, so I can tease back and forth, and it's really fun. And see, with Maddie, we can do that, and it's phenomenal because she'll know it's a joke. We're similar in age, we're similar also in mentality, we're similar in a background, we're similar when it comes to the cultural aspect, right? We're a big fan of Lord of the Ring, but it's also extremely refreshing in the sense that okay, well, we don't even live in the same country, so it's like we're close, but we're not that close. There's this physical disparity. There's this physical catharsis of she lived far, but at the same time, she's a person that's helping me right now for my needs that are right now. Am I saying I'm not gonna be she's not gonna be in my life in a couple of months? No, of course not. But I'm extremely lucky that when I needed someone, she was there. And if I can say thank you, right? If I can say thank you, I will. And if the way of saying thank you is saying, hey, this is a very big moment for me. This is a very meaningful step in my journey. This is a very meaningful step in the hiking of Mount Ingvendera, and I want to give it to you. I think it's one of the nicest gifts. It's one of the nicest surprise, if you will. And I'm just extremely lucky to have people around surrounding me like that. And it's weird because you're in a position where you're not necessarily like, oh, you did something for me, so I'm gonna pay you back. But it's in a situation where okay, this is going on right now in my life. This is meaningful to me, and you want to share with somebody. It's like, and when you look at the history of mankind, and I know this is a video about 500, and I'm super excited about the 500. Don't get me wrong. I'm extremely thankful for each and every one of you guys, but sadly nobody remembers the 37. Although the 37 is a amazing person, right? You look at Shao, one of my best friend, and Shao is my 43 follower. Was one of my best friend. You look at Celine, was my best friend. She's number 100. You look at my mom, who is super supportive. I think she's number 76. You look at number 1, which was the Rexy, which was also a streamer. You look at number 10, it was another account that I made called Inventa Gaming, right? And it was a that's nice, huh? It was an account that didn't mean anything because it was like, oh well, I could also have a second account if the first one doesn't go well, and I wanted to have a handle to. I wanted to have an handle in case, right? Because in the beginning I was just streaming, and then I was like, well, maybe, there could be a good idea to have a second channel just in case. Right now, and it is funny because I chose Maddie because of exactly what she means to me at the moment, but it's going through life. I mean, Maddie is also going through shit, and because she's going through shit, like there's day where it's easier and there's day that less easy, and there's day that less easy, and the thing with that is the whole world will not stop turning if you're having a hard day. The number of followers that I have will not stop going up. Increasing is a better word. No matter how I feel, I've been having a harder time lately. I've been having a harder time in the last week, but I want to celebrate because it's important. That's why we're drinking at fucking 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 7 o'clock somewhere. It's possibly 8 o'clock somewhere, which is China, Tokyo. I don't know how this works. I don't know how the hemisphere works. I don't know how the time works. Time zone works, but what I do know is I'm extremely fucking grateful for you guys. And see, I couldn't. I could repeat myself and say how much you guys have helped me improve. I could. And it sucks because the way that you're acting right now is going to be influencing the exact way that you're feeling. So, for example, right now is a harder time. So, of course, I'm a bit more in this duality and this gray zone. Nothing nowhere, baby. Thank you for teaching me about the gray zone, bro. I'm more so in a gray zone where I'm feeling a lot of fantastic emotion because again it's a success. It's a not a success story, but it's funny. I would never refer to my story as a success story because for a lot of people you're like, oh bro, it took you how long to get 100 followers? 3 years? That's kind of shitty, right? But I'm extremely grateful for that, but I'm also understanding that there was this this other period of time lately, and you're in a position where you want to celebrate, but yeah, you want to be genuine also. So yeah, so it's a definite, it's a definite eye opener. Where I was going with that is actually quite simple. I know it's hard because I'm renting. I know it's hard because I'm going from A B C, but ADHD. You get the A B C D E F, you and your mom and your picture and her dog. Fuck your hoe. I don't know the song, but shout out Gail, I guess. And you realize it, but it was a growth. It was a growth, and at 500, I can safely say that YouTube not only saved. I'm talking about YouTube because we reached on YouTube, but not only saved my life, but was extremely meaningful to me in a lot of ways. In the ways of course, it helped me gain this confidence in me. It helped me understand my worth as a person. It helped me with self love. It helped me voicing my opinion, you know. And I met some people along the way that are agreeing or disagreeing, but we still can have a civil discussion, right? Which is absolutely phenomenal. But also it was a not necessarily a trying effort, but you kind of meet a lot of shitty people. It's easy, and again, I know this is a positive video and we're celebrating, and I want to talk about it as a positive way. I want to talk about it as a celebration, right? But the reality is, like, you have this almost social experiment. It's easy when you have 10 people to say, okay, well, they're fucking amazing. You see, when you have 100 people, they're fucking amazing, and then you reach a number where you realize that, yeah, they're not all amazing. And it takes a world. You dealt, when I was at 100, I never dealt with hate. When I was at 250, I never dealt with hate. At 500, I dealt with hate, and I dealt with this. Okay, well, guess what? This is pouring my blood, heart, and tears, and these videos, and this is the response that I get, and sometimes it's a negative response, and it's like, don't focus on negativity. Focus on the people that matters. See, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the video. So I want to say thank you for 500, but I want to thank you for the life lesson that I learned along the way. I was lacking in a social aspect of the term. I was very lacking as a person who chose to isolate, to self-medicate. As a person who possibly didn't go experience life as much as they should have. But at the same time, right? This is a content course. This is a school of life, and you're posting videos, and you're watching the result, and you're watching what's going on, and you're watching general public understanding of that video, because you put yourself out there. You put yourself out there and say, hey, I put this video, judge me. You like me, you like me. You don't like me, you don't like me. That's the best thing you can do, because you're putting yourself in the middle of a court case. You're putting yourself in the middle of a court's auditorium, I guess. And there's people that the people are the fucking jury, and they only have to do one thing, and it's so fucking amazing, because of course now I'm waking up, so I'm more so in the end of Morpheus, and because I'm in the end of Morpheus, I'm a bit more artistic than factual. And then you look at the court room, and you look around and you say, okay, well, what do you think about this video? And all they have to do, right? All they have to do is put a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I like, I didn't like. But then it reminds you of a gladiator arena, and you're putting yourself in the middle of it. There's no way to escape. The den is full of lion, right? It's full of fucking lion. And you look up and you look for the reaction of people, and you're like, oh fuck. I hope they let me live, right? I hope they somehow acknowledge my existence, and I get a thumbs up. And then you see this. You know what? I'm gonna be an asshole, okay, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I was hoping for Sunflower to be the 500, and I'm gonna have to say I'm not done with the video, but I'm gonna have to say thanks to Jane Doe. We'll get into who Jane Doe is. But you look at the audience, right? And you look for validation. You look for a sign of, I'm gonna survive. And then you realize that you're looking at the audience. There's a lot of thumbs down, but in the middle of it, you see familiar faces, and 500 number is a number that cannot comprehend. See, it's easy to say, oh, I'm making video for myself. It's easy to say, I'm making video because I need to make videos, and then you realize that somehow people fuck with it, right? I'm like, holy shit, I'm surrounded by people. 500 people in a fucking gymnasium. That's a lot of people, right? That's a lot of people. And you're like, wow. And you look in the audience and you see familiar faces, and they're smiling at you and they're saying, you know what, we believe in you. And then you realize that, okay, well, this side of the auditorium, I got one person that believes in me. I'm going to be looking at the north. I'm seeing somebody that's been there since day one, since day fucking one, and like, wow, you're still sticking around, right? And then you're somehow looking at another side and you're seeing familiar faces, somebody you spend time with, and their thumb is down, so your heart is broken. But at the same time, you're like, that's just this. If that's your decision, is that's your judgment, then so be it, right? And there's a position in you that ask yourself, am I the bad guy here? But you're not the bad guy. It's just the way things are. And like, okay, well, if your thumb is down, your thumb is down, and I respect that, right? And then you look around and you're done finding familiar faces, and then you have number 500, and number 500 is Jane Doe. Who is Jane Doe? I don't know. I'll be forever aware or hyper aware that I don't know the person who is the number 500, which is such a big number that made my entire day, my entire week, right? By the way, for celebration, we're gonna do special content. I cannot do it today, I cannot do it for tomorrow. I will possibly do it on Wednesday, because it's a special day. But the core of it is knowing that there's a Jane Doe in there, and I don't know who that Jane Doe is. I don't need to know who that Jane Doe is, because they literally did something that they don't even understand how big it is for me. But I want to say thank you to this complete stranger, and I think that's important, because yes, I could have chosen who was the 500, and I would have loved to choose who was the 500, but at the same time, you're like, holy shit, there's a fucking person, a dude, a woman, a in between, a pork and bean. I eat my candy with a pork and bean. A little bit of Weezer, a little bit of the '90s music, for you Gen Zer. And yeah, so I'm grateful for a stranger, and sometimes, I think, I think it's very apropos. I think it's very poetic. I think it's very I would have not chosen that way, but I'm glad it happened, because everybody at a point was a stranger. Everybody at a point was somebody that you weren't sure if they were for you or against you. And this person, I don't know. I don't know who they are. I don't know where they're from. But I'm fucking glad that I look in the audience in the gladiator arena. I had fucking lions. I had a fucking dude that was way better than me on top of me with a fucking sword. And all he was waiting for to bring down the sword is execute or not execute. And I'm glad that a literal stranger give me the thumbs up I needed to continue my journey. On that note, know that I love you, that you matter. I'm sorry for ranting. I'm sorry for the long video, but it's a very emotional day, and it's a very good day. And I hope that you had a good day on this 15th of December. Happy holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. You deserve it. Puis je vous aime beaucoup. Fait que, mwah. Ciao. 500 followers. Holy shit.